Little Bon Jovi for everyone.
Yeah. Can you get it in the? Can they hear it?
Yeah, this is listening right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it, man. Were we on or what?
Okay, there we are. Well,
Come on.
That's old.
Relax.
I don't see it yet here.
So, we got a watch party. Big watch party. Once we figure all this out, we can get a lot more views.
Where are you seeing that?
Right at the bottom, it came on when you weren't looking. On the other side.
Here?
Yeah, down there. It's a watch party, Joe. Don't worry, man.
I know.
You know, you good?
I can't see. This is old. You know how I know that? That's not there anymore.
Yeah. We on? What's going on here, Big Brian?
Can you see anything there?
Hey?
Can you see anything?
I haven't gone yet. It just has the old one.
Tilley.
You see that cup?
Yeah.
The Greek here. All right, it's a
At phone today. You are live.
We're live.
We're live now. I get a little. Did I swear? This is what professionals do, man. Before
That's
the
right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're live. It's
Live.
the Tilley and Billy Show, live from the Corner Bank Sports Bar and Grill. The Corner Bank, Warden Avenue in Scarborough, just north of Eglinton. 14,000 square feet of fun, pro standard playing equipment, great food. Book your party today, 416-757-2265, or go to thecornerbank.ca.
How many
All right.
square feet?
14,000. That's a
Ooh,
big spot.
that's a big spot,
It's
eh?
a big spot. Lots of room here at the Corner Bank, and you really don't want to miss it. So anyway, here we are on a Monday morning, getting close to Monday afternoon, and I want to start before.
Why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Okay,
Maybe somebody doesn't know you.
I'm Joe the Swiss Tilley.
I'm Billy the Greek here, Joe. Well, introduce
All right,
me,
okay,
pal.
yeah. Billy the Greek. He's Billy the Greek. I'm Joe the Swiss. And the first thing I want to talk about, we lost a hockey legend today. Ted Lindsay, who died at the age of 93. Lindsay, they called him Terrible Ted. You know, I met this guy a couple of times. Was not a big man by any means, but actually quite small. But boy, did he ever play large. He's part of that the Red Wings production line, along with Gordie Howe and Sid Abel. I think Alex Delvecchio later joined that line. But you know, he was a tough guy. I mean, when you ran into Ted Lindsay, you knew you'd be hit by a freight train. I mean, this pound for pound might have been the strongest player in NHL history, right up there with his line mate Gordie Howe.
You know, when you're talking about somebody in passing years later, gentleman played a long time ago, but if his name still registers in the minds and hearts of a lot of hockey fans, right? You know, it was somebody, right?
Well, you know, he has a big name for the players because they named the award after him.
That's
the
right.
Ted Lindsay
That's
Award,
right.
which goes to the player's choice as the MVP.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah.
What player vote? Really?
Player vote, yeah.
Yeah. That
It's
tells you right there, right?
Pretty
So
significant thing. So, anyway, he's we lost a great one to Ted Lindsay. I wouldn't call him Mr. Happy when I met him.
No, hey,
but I definitely would not want to be going in the corners with this guy.
No.
So we're going to stick to hockey. By the way, this segment of the program is brought to you by Homeland Mortgage. Homeland Mortgage offers fast first and second mortgage loans for any purpose, whether you need to pay bills, renovate, or need a mortgage to purchase a home. For the best service, call Michael Lalonde at 416-913-9593 or visit homelandmortgage.org for all your mortgage needs, all your needs. All right, there you go. So,
question for you by our buddy before we get started, by Teddy Manakis. Yeah, Greek guy, so I'll give him a little time.
Okay.
Did Terrible Ted start the NHLPA back in the day, Joe?
Yeah, yes, he did.
He did, eh?
Yes,
He
Terrible
did.
Ted had something to do with starting. That's right. for
Absolutely.
sure. He started the NHLPA, and they wanted to kick him out of Detroit.
Root for that?
Yeah, I think they wanted. They ended up trading him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's.
All right, there you go. So, question for you.
Okay. There you go.
We get started by Teddy Manakis.
So anyway, all right. So thanks for that question, Ted. I'm not picking up any questions.
No, if some catches my eye, don't be shy. Send something out. I'll get the legend over here to answer any and all your questions.
Okay,
to the best of his ability.
We're gonna shift gears and we're gonna talk about the Maple Leafs. Okay, so The Leafs, well, they have had 7 straight home wins. Nice win coming off a nice win against Buffalo. They have lost 4 straight on the road. They're going into Calgary tonight. And I know Peter over there wants to know our predictions for the game tonight. And I'm telling you, I'm not feeling really. That's a little loud over there.
Yeah.
turn the audio on that one down.
Oh, cool, boys. All
Okay,
right.
there you go. You can watch without listening to it. So anyway. It's new. It's new technology. You can actually watch without listening to it.
You're a wise guy.
So Pete over there wants to know what I think of the game tonight. I think the Leafs are tough, right?
Yeah.
They've struggled on the road this season, and specifically lately. I like Calgary to win this game, probably about 4-2. Billy?
So how many the Leafs won in a row at home, Swiss?
7.
So make it 8, man. It's a home game in Calgary. Half the fans out there, half the fans, and a special shout out to our buddy Harry from Leafs Nation lives out in Calgary. This is the one game a year that he goes to. Harry, man, give him hell out there. And again, half the fan base that's paying for those tickets is wearing blue and white tonight. So I look for the Leafs to get tested, but I look for them to come out big. I look for them to come out and with an inspired effort and maybe I don't know. Let's say they put up 5. Calgary puts up 2, maybe 3. 5-3
Really?
make the final.
Wow.
Yeah. I like them to
There
come
you
out.
go.
I like them to come out big.
So there you go. If you bet on the Leafs and Billy's right, then you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because they're big underdogs.
Yeah. It's very rare that the
think
Greek
it's
is wrong,
minus
eh?
135.
How many times I've been wrong here? About 10, 20, 30? I don't
know. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it happens.
You know, every once in a while it happens. So anyway, sticking with the Leafs, we saw a real, a big, huge difference in what happened to John Tavares in Uniondale, and then the following game back home in Toronto.
Yeah, fair enough. That's how would you be? So you're an Islander fan. Now you're scoring. How would you be? Joe, you got home in a few hours, and your wife sent you a Dear John letter, packed her bags, and is shacking up with a cousin of yours. Man, you might get a little upset too, man. Islander fans got upset, and I don't even care. That's understandable. They're scoring. But the one thing that I did realize in watching that game was there was, without a doubt, emotion in that building. You can feel a hostile environment, just even through the TV, let alone being there live. There was a hostile environment.
Driving over his jersey, lighting it on fire.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. God bless you. We did the same to Vince. We're not so righteous, all Leaf Nation. Anyways, point of the matter is, it was a hostile environment with an inspired, hungry club that played a physical game, and
it was actually kind of fun. It was.
It's good theater,
man. It was
man.
kind of fun to see a team rally behind their.
Absolutely. Well,
their
yes,
team,
without a
fan
doubt.
base rally behind their team, and yeah. I mean, I wanted to see more pushback from the Leafs, to be honest with you. When you saw what was happening to Tavares, you'd think some of his teammates might be pushing back a little harder than they did, but they didn't. And
again, Swiss, we're
old history now. But the following night, they did a really nice job against Buffalo.
The following night against Buffalo, a team that's
big
a team that offers a little resistance in terms of the style of play and in terms of where they are their standings. If you don't put those 2 points in your back pocket, you got a problem anyways, right? That's to be expected. You can't be Buffalo, you got problems anyways. Getting back to the Islander game. The Islander game, first of all, the Islanders in the under Trotz, in the style of hockey that they play, they're the best defensive team in the league. They got a physical component, right? And they can skate a little bit too. 1, 2, 3, all elements that the Leafs might encounter come playoff time, and wilted to in the loss, right? So you tell me.
I don't know if I'd say wilted.
They were by the end of the second after that 3-1 goal. They gave up. They were defeated, man.
Yeah,
there was no pushback.
Up to the point where it was 2-2.
Yeah,
they took the goal away. I mean, up to that point, the Leafs were right in there. It was an even game, and I thought they played fine. I think what happened is, some people are blaming Garrett Sparks for that loss. I don't at all. I don't think that Sparks is a problem in that game.
Johnny Bauer would have given up 5.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Like, again, it's Sparks. And again, it's an interesting coaching philosophy. Like, you play Edmonton the night before.
Yeah.
You play Edmonton the night before, and you figure you can win with Brian in net against the Oilers, right?
Yeah.
But Brian's good with the pads, right?
He's guy, though. I think he'd probably do it.
Yeah,
all right.
he's got the butterfly, like, natural. Look at him. Anyways, so Babcock, why you play why do you play Sparks? Why don't you play Sparks against the Oilers at home where you got
That would have made sense.
right? Wouldn't it have made sense?
Yeah,
Right?
made sense.
And you leave Sparks to the Wolves in a difficult game, in a difficult environment. You want to put for not only Johnny T, but for the chance to win the game. You want to put your best roster in that game. Obviously, the game means a little bit more than just the standings alone. It's an emotional game, and you didn't do your club any favors by throwing Sparks in the fire.
You also want, you've got a really good thing going at home. And you want to keep that home thing
Yeah,
going.
okay, so yeah, when you're gonna play Sparks.
You also want to put your best team out.
No, you don't, Joe. If you can't beat the Oilers,
Yeah.
with all due respect, with Sparks and that, Sparks shouldn't be playing with the least. Sparks should be
right.
Sparks should be playing.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right on that one. Yeah, I think you're right.
Finally,
I think-
so hold on, whoa, stop the. So I'm right. It's been 12 shows. Finally, you admit the Greek knows what he's talking about.
Well,
Hey, thanks
every
a
once
lot.
in a while,
Every-
every once in a while you do.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna so Flames, by the way, 41 wins. Leafs have 40 wins. Flames have the second most wins after Tampa. Leafs are third. So
and
it's a pretty good matchup.
Not only that, Joe, but just to add to that, I'm a big proponent of goal differential. Toronto's plus 47, Calgary's plus 46, ranked second and third in the league, right? So that's quite telling. That's quite telling.
Yeah.
So when you're plus 47, and Leaf fans have complained throughout the year that the inconsistency in terms of the defense, the lack of toughness, it just shows you how elite that the forwards and how great Anderson's played to this point in time. For them to be in the upper echelon, and all Leaf fans do, myself included, is complain about what we don't have. So it's a testament to the personnel and the talent that's there, because that personnel and talent wins in spite of the fact that nobody's plays a physical game and the defense is suspect, and you're still near the top of the league. So that shows you how great the core forwards are, right?
Well, I don't think they need to play defense.
Yeah,
I don't think they
you
need to play physical. When the smoke clears in May and June, I think
you don't
we'll
think they
have-
need to
we'll
play a
have an answer
physical
to that.
game against the Islanders
Yeah.
when they got pushed around the whole game?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
I think they got enough offense that can take care of business. But in the old days, they used to call this a trip Death Valley.
Yeah.
After Calgary, it gets a lot easier. You got
Yeah.
Vancouver and then Edmonton. It's
but
I think if they can get a point out of Calgary, like you think they can, a point you think they can get 2 points. If they can get 2 points out of Calgary, this is gonna be a very good road trip.
The thing with clubs that are at the periphery of the playoffs is especially come early March, is every game means a lot more to them than it might mean to the Leafs in terms of playoff positioning. So when Toronto comes in, you're going to get the best effort from Edmonton. You're going to get the best effort from Vancouver. Going to be both emotional environments, right? So again, you got to beat those teams in the standings. But again, the game's not played in the standings, played on the ice, right? So
yeah,
come out with 2 out of the 3, and you should be good. Come out 4 out of the 6 points.
That's what I think. I think the Leafs will win 2 out of 3. I think
Yeah.
they'll lose in Calgary and then win the next 2.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk about some basketball, and we're going to talk about. This segment is brought to you by Aldo at Remax Crossroads. Call 416-GET-ALDO for all your real estate needs. Aldo and his team do a fantastic job over there. And so the Raptors, that was a tough loss in Detroit. Now that's 2 games, and 2 times they played Dwayne Casey's team, and both times they've lost. But they started really late in that game. I mean, the first half they looked terrible. First quarter they were awful. They picked it up, but again, it's a game without Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard taking another night off. Yeah. Raptors not getting the job done this time, but they still had a very good chance. They were up at one point. They were up by 5 in overtime, and they couldn't seal the deal. They had Marc Gasol had a chance to end it with a 3-ball in regulation at the buzzer. If he had hit that, it was game over. But anyway, didn't happen.
What do I want to talk about first when it comes to Raptors? First of all, it was a beautiful game, a beautiful, well-played, competitive, emotional game in early March between 2 clubs. One club that's fighting for a playoff spot, and the other in the Raptors that are pretty secure in the 2 spot. Right. So it was great theater. It was a competitive game. Shout out to Kyle Lowry, played unbelievable, and that's the kind of Kyle Lowry you're going to need come playoff time to come out of the East. As for Leonard, there's a lot of debate about the fact that this was another rest day, and again, No problem with the rest days as long as they don't come playoff time. Like if he's resting and they say, all right, Kawhi, game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, man, take a little breather. You play too much. How's your back? And the guy sits out, right? Then you can complain, man. But
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
but for all intents and purposes, Raptors are secure in the 2 seed with an outside shot to catch Milwaukee for the best record in the East. And from that point on, everything that they do is predicated on their performance in the playoffs. So the stronger you are health-wise, both with Kawhi, both with Lowry, Van Fleet coming back, the better off you're going to become crunch time, right? So a game in Detroit is, and Casey wanted that game. Casey still wants the game, right? So again, credit to the Pistons. They played hard. They played tough. It was a
Drummond played well.
Yeah,
they played. They had a good game.
Pistons got a sneaky little club too. Pistons got a dangerous little club, and looks like they're playoff bound. Maybe as high as the 6th seed, right? So the interesting piece in the East that I find
they could face each other in the playoffs.
2-7, right? Which would be interesting. But the interesting thing that I find out of the East, other than the fact that Giannis just does not lose and scores 40 a game, Greek free, is
wait till the playoffs.
Yeah, wait till all right. Well, don't worry about it. We'll be all right.
I was thinking right as you're talking here. I think the Raps are well situated in that number 2 seed.
Yeah, no problem.
And I don't think they have any team to fear in the Eastern Conference. They don't have any team to fear because when it comes down to playoff time, playoff crunch, Giannis is not a great player, but he's never been there before.
Yeah,
I mean, look what DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry did for 3-4 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt
great
about
in the regular
it.
season.
But again, Joe, Giannis
time.
not going in there alone. There's a lot of other players on that club. He's the star of that club. But there's that Milwaukee team. Don't kid yourself. They're deep and talented. How they respond come playoff time, you don't know.
See,
Milwaukee doesn't have a track
record. You could have said exactly the same thing about the Raptors. I think the big difference this time around is going to be Kawhi Leonard, playoff proven, former playoff MVP. The Raptors, I don't think have any problem. I think this is a team that is going to the conference.
You know what's surprising?
They're going to win the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, you know what's surprising in terms of the Eastern Conference is the rejuvenated play of the Indiana Pacers. Like we had them for dead a couple weeks ago when Oladipo went down for the year, and they're not losing, right? They're in the 3 seed, which is interesting because 3 plays the 6. So don't be surprised if. Don't be surprised if Boston slips to the point in time where they play Indiana first round, right? And very disappointed with the Celtics. Don't know what's going on there, right? Very disappointed. The talent, the talent and the product on the court is something's wrong in Boston, right? But again, a scary team to meet in the playoffs. Yeah. For me, anyways, the only team that I fear coming out of the East is a Boston team that gets their act together. Catches fire, right? All you got to do is catch fire for a month.
I think
right?
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I think
right?
that would be the scariest team for me coming out of the East is Boston. Hopefully, they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Next tomorrow night, it's the Houston Rockets are in town. The Beard.
Yeah.
The Beard has got 24 times this season. He scored 40.
Yeah. The Beard lights that up.
James Harden. Unbelievable. Anyway, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay. That's covered.
Kawhi's playing? No rest day?
Kawhi's
he's ready, eh? He's ready to go,
You
eh?
want to see Kawhi against Harden for sure. Okay. All right, next segment. Blue Jays. We're going to talk some Jays. Brought to you by Wealth Realized. Financial services, visit Mike Hopkins at wealthrealized.ca. Wealth Realized for all your financial needs. Okay, so the Blue Jays. I think we've come to the realization now that the Jays have made the decision. They're going to start the season with Vlad Guerrero in the minors, and they're going to have that extra year of service for the team. And you know what? It's not a bad move. I mean, I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, I really do, because if you think about it, this is probably not a team that's going to contend this year. All right, let's face it. If they did, that would be unbelievable. Yeah. That would be beyond belief. Yeah. So if you got a team that's not going to contend, why not? Let Vlad sit in the minors for a month or two, let him and keep him for that extra year. So you got him down the road. I mean, as a Blue Jays fan, I think you want to think that it's probably the best thing to do.
All right. It's if I was in Atkins' position, I'd do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But when Atkins comes on comes on these platforms and others and looks baseball fans in the eye and tells them that Guerrero at 19. I'm not sure he's a major leaguer and this, that, the other. I feel like giving him a slap in the face. Like, stop lying to me. We understand what you're trying to do. Yeah. We understand you're trying to retain his service time for the extra year. Cubs did it with Brian. We get it, man. But don't patronize Blue Jay fans and say that, we're holding him back because he might not be ready.
Yeah, that's just BS.
That's disingenuous. It's number one. Understand
Everybody
why you're doing it.
in the world knows it's because
so
it's his service.
Don't be disingenuous. Tell it like it is, and if you believe that you're doing something right, stick by your principles. And if you got to take a fine, if there's got to be some kind of litigation, so be it, man. Don't talk to the Blue Jay fans and say, "Oh, I don't know if he's ready," and then by the 19th, he's batting third and playing third base. We're not dummies. Please don't do that again, Atkins, and talk to human beings with a little bit of honesty and dignity. Because if you sell a little bit of your integrity today in terms of the way you treat the fans, nobody's gonna have a trust and a belief in you tomorrow, man. Little things count like that. So at least be honest when you talk about Guerrero. All right.
By the way, Vlad is turning 20.
Yeah.
March 16th. You know what's special about March 16th? We're going to celebrate Vlad's birthday.
Live?
We're going live here on a Saturday
yeah?
night. Yeah, we're going to be live on Saturday night on March 16th to
what do you
celebrate
think?
Vlad's birthday and other things.
Yeah, really?
Do a nice lease preview that night.
What are we giving away? And we got any ideas? We might have something. I don't know.
Maybe a date with Billy?
No. You know what's funny? I was thinking about actually a silent auction for either for our cameraman or for our buddy Pete here. Maybe a silent auction, something like this. Maybe right?
A silent auction for a date with these guys. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, yeah, for Pete to take you around town. He's got a nice shiny. What kind of car is that in the parking lot, Pete? Hey? No, Pete. Hey? He's got a nice shiny Mercedes out there. I'll take you for a ride, man.
Okay,
come to the corner bank, all right?
Okay, so there you go.
There you go.
So anyway, so Vlad turns 20. We don't think that we don't think he's going to be starting the team this season.
No, he'll be up by the second his expiry date to play 7 years and have 7 years of control will be up. He'll be on the next flight or the next cab ride, the next limo from Buffalo, man.
Yeah.
Right? And then he'll be ready to play. What else is going on in Blue Jay land? This has been the least excited I've ever been for the start of the season, and I don't know, since Alfredo Griffin won Rookie of the Year. I'm definitely not inspired.
Well, let's play some what if games here.
Well, all right.
Okay. What if Aaron Sanchez rediscovers gets over the blister issues and rediscovers the form that he had a couple of years ago when he had the top ERA.
All right. 15-7 ERA in the high twos. Or maybe 3. Okay, go ahead. What's next?
Let's say Marcus Stroman has
rejuvenation.
Yeah,
Marcus Stroman. I don't know. Okay, 15 with that offense. 15-11 ERA in the mid threes. All right. What's next, Joe?
Okay, with the rest of the starting rotation.
Who are they, Joe? Who are they, Joe? You want to? Who are the? Shoemaker. Okay. So in other words, then we're getting into the dumpster diving section of the rotation. All right. So you got 2 what ifs at the. Keep it down. So you got 2 what ifs at the top of the rotation. Then you got Barecki, who's a nice little pitcher. Yeah. All right, fine. He's an unknown quad. Kind of like the kid. Then who do you got? You got Bud Norris coming in. You got Shoemakers. You got who else? I don't know. You tell me.
No.
Right. It. So you got that. All right.
That's your.
All right. So let's say the starting pitching is suspect at best.
Right. Okay.
Right? All right. So let's go into the outfield. You got I don't know. You talk about Grichuk. Okay, decent little player.
Kevin Pillar.
Kevin Pillar is a
great defensive outfielder.
He's a great defensive outfielder, but Kevin Pillar is not the player defensively that he was years ago. Defensive metrics would tell you as much. Pillar dives for balls that other guys catch it like a can of corn, right? And he's a 260 hitter, and that's all he's going to be. Pillar always shows flashes of brilliance. He'll start the year batting 300, half-plate discipline, and by August, July, he's chasing pitches across the street. That's who Kevin Pillar is. Kevin Pillar will never be no better. Let's go to the other corner. Hernandez got the opportunity to hit 25 home runs and bat 230. With suspect defense abilities. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put Travis out there to compete for the spot. So your infield, your pitching's shaky. Your outfield. Suspect? All right, so where are we going to go from there, Joe? What do you want to talk about? A shortstop, Freddie Galvis. So we bring in Freddie Galvis. Hold on now. We bring in Freddie Galvis because we want to play our kids, and now we're going to make him our starting shortstop and give him 400, 500 at-bats at the expense of who knows what. And we're paying Tulowitzki $20 million to go hit bombs for the Yankees. I don't know, Atkins. Maybe should have thought this out a little bit further, man. Do I have to do all the thinking for you? All right, Drury's the third baseman.
Let's see what happens with
No,
Tilley. I mean, I don't have a lot of
what's the
faith
point
in
of
Tulo, right.
Yeah, but what's the point of signing it? What's the point of signing a guy, a veteran, to get 500 at bats when you got shortstops in your farm system from here to across the street in a season that you're not going to do nothing? What do you want to do? Create stability? What do you want to? It defeats the purpose. Why you sign this guy? And then not only you sign him for 5, but you're paying another guy 20 to go play for a different uniform. It makes absolutely no sense. Right?
Right.
The position of strength in the Blue Jays, make no mistake about it, is their infield. They're stacked all over. At the major league and minor league levels, they're stacked in their infield. Why would you bring in a guy to take 500 at-bats? Makes absolutely no sense. I don't know. Where else you want to talk about? Behind the plate? Behind the plates, there's a kid, forget his name right now. I'm a little bit of a rant here, but he's a decent little prospect, right? Giles in the back end, the bullpen's all right. Tepera's okay. So, I don't know. What are you looking for, man? I'm looking for 65, 70 wins, man. I'm looking to get a top 3-4 draft pick.
Yeah,
and that's it. And that's the only way.
I guess my point earlier is that nobody's got a lot of high expectations when it comes to the Blue Jays this year. If they were to surprise, if everything goes well, you might have a 75, 80 win.
You want me to tell the fans out here, for a reduced rate? I'll tell you where the best baseball this summer is, man. You come and watch Billy Georgiatsakis, Billy G, coach of the East York Junior Bulldogs at Stan Wadlow Park. You want to see kids that play for love. You want to see kids that play for free. You want to see kids that hustle. Come down. We play weekends, 5:30 and 7:30 every Sunday at Stan Wadlow Park. Come watch some real ball. We won't charge you a penny there. You know, it'll be. I guarantee you, it'll be greater entertainment than going down to Rogers Center and watch Bud Norris play for his 10th team in 11 years and Willie Shoemaker, whoever the hell it is. I guarantee you that. Come down to Stan Wadlow Park Sundays, 5:30, 7:30, doubleheaders
Sandy
all summer.
Hawley.
Yeah?
Sandy Hawley,
Yeah,
Willie Shoemaker.
absolutely.
So anyway, best case scenario, when do we see the Blue Jays contending?
When we see the Blue Jays contending, the Blue Jays will contend when and if they start to develop in their minor league system some starting pitchers. When they're starting pitching, and that's one of the areas the Blue Jays have had difficult time developing over the course of last year. So I'm talking about a guy named Nate Pearson. He develops. You need your rotation. You need 3/5 of your rotation to be homegrown, or 2/5 of your rotation to be homegrown and cheap and affordable. They got affordable players all over the field. All over the middle infield, they're going to have affordable players for the next 6 years. So you have affordable players. You grow some pitchers internally. Then Rogers, hopefully, at that point in time, he's already established that he'll spend $160, $180 million. He's shown that. At that point in time, you got $100 million to go and supplement your team with pieces, right? So I don't know.
Rowdy Tellez, Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero. When are we going to see these guys? Like, are they going to be stars?
You know what? I think from what I see, it'd be harder for Bo Bichette not to be a star than to be one. I think chances are. Rowdy Tellez, the jury's still out. The guy likes to nibble a little too much at the buffet. You know, take it easy, Rowdy. We love you, but you know,
meat's good. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you know, these guys, in terms of infield position players, the Jays have no problems. It's about developing some 5-2 outfielders and some pitching, right?
Yeah.
And if you land something along those lines,
that's a lot of what ifs. You got to assume the club's got to get committed. I'm got to assume that as these kids start developing, the club is going to get committed because we also saw what happened in 2016, 2017. When there's
and one more thing along those lines.
2015.
Alex takes a lot of grief for and I'm not sticking up because he's Greek, even though that doesn't hurt. But Alex Anthopoulos takes a lot of heat for selling the Blue Jay franchise or depleting the farm system back in the playoff runs. Question for all Blue Jay fans: who of the players that Alex Anthopoulos gave away for any of those trades, right, have amounted to anything? Hoffman was the prize piece in the Tulowitzki deal. Where is he in Colorado? He's nowhere. Who else did he get rid of? None of the players that
in that particular. No, they gave away some players
they gave away some players. They gave away the trade he's been crucified for, even to this day, is R.A. Dickey for Syndergaard. Right. Yeah. That's Alex, man. I give you a slap myself, Greek or not. That was a little bit of But you know what? When you make mistakes because you believe you can win and you want to win,
Yeah.
I'm not. That's fine, man. If you believe in your heart that this guy will help you win and you pull the trigger, man, you know he can't be right all the time.
The only thing that you can say about those trades that he made, and I mean, firstly, I was all for it.
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved that 2-year playoff run was amazing. It was a lot of fun. It just brought baseball back to Toronto. It was well worth it. The only criticism you could say is it depleted the farm system, so they were unable to make deals down the road, maybe. But in any case,
all right. Speaking of depleting the farm system, what do you think about? We never got a chance to Dubas at the trade deadline. What do you think about the fact he didn't bring nobody in? Were you okay with that? Were you looking for an addition?
No, I mean. Maybe. Okay.
Maybe?
Perhaps they could have.
You want to see? In other words, you want to see Stolen?
They could have had our buddy Wayne Simmons for a song. Really,
as it turned out.
Yeah. So we were pumping his tires for a long.
Yeah,
long
that's
time.
assuming though. We say that, but that's assuming Philadelphia wants to trade the guy to Toronto. Maybe they don't want to do him any favors. Maybe Dubas, in all fairness, made an offer that was better than Hartman, right? And Philadelphia said, we're not interested in making you better. You don't know what goes on inside there, but you cannot tell me that as an insurance policy we couldn't give up a 4-7 for a guy like McQuaid out of the Rangers as a physical insurance piece out of the back
McQuaid
end.
would have been great.
Did you see the guy? What's his name, man? And the guy that got released, the defenseman earlier in the year, Mancini.
Oh, Martin Merchant. Yeah.
What's his name? Mancini. Boom boom. Anyways, this kid, whatever his name is, he looked like
Mancini.
He looked like a deer in the headlights, man, in that Islander game. And you know what was funny, eh? Yeah. Babcock's a snake in the grass, and I'll tell you why. He threw out. This guy was terrible, and you know what? He's looking up to Dubas. He's saying, "You give me this guy," and he kept throwing him out there, man. 4-1. Who starts the third period? This guy again, man. So he's kind of saying, "You like that?"
Unlike you, who thinks that Babcock's doing this to show
he's
up
not.
Dubas.
So what's he doing to give the guy a chance?
I think he's doing this to try to give this guy a little.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Are you? What's going on in here, man? Are you kidding? He's doing this to give a guy a shot. This guy had a shot and he was DFA'd, Swiss.
Yeah.
He was DFA'd. Anybody could have had him. You, me, your mom. Anybody could have had him.
I don't know.
What was he?
I don't think that he would operate that way. I don't think that.
You don't think Babcock operates that way?
You don't want to show up your general manager.
You don't want to show up your general. You think Babcock and Dubas are on the same page?
Well, maybe. I hope so.
You think?
I'm hoping that through all of this, Babcock and Dubas were coordinating their efforts and talking about this and seeing where they wanted to go with it. I'm hoping that was the case, but I could be wrong.
This is my insider here. This is my guy inside the Leaf, inside the Leaf dressing room. This is where I get some of my information. I can't speak right now, but I'm telling you that there's a level of acrimony between the players and Babcock, between Babcock and Dubas, that for the better part of the year that's been brewing under the surface. The only thing that the Leafs protect is all that information never gets out to the media. There's no leaks by Dubas. If Dubas wants to trade something or this and that,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows nothing. The only guy that drops hints every single dirty scrum is Babcock.
No.
Heavy team. This, that, the other.
I'm telling you, I'm hearing the same thing you are. What I'm hearing is he wants his team to play.
Yay!
Play heavy. Yeah,
listen,
play physical, play heavy.
You cannot turn a painter into a plumber, Swiss.
How do you want? Be strong in the puck. He wants everybody to be strong in the puck. And what coach doesn't want that? Every single coach wants that.
What coach? Yeah, that's fine, Joe. But you're asking this guy. You're asking him to turn painters into plumbers and plumbers into painters. No. The ratio is not there. Stronger on the puck is not there, man. Yeah. What he's telling when he's saying that is not only Grant he's trying to inspire his club to play a little more a physical brand of hockey, but that's not happening. The Leafs are who they are. They're a finesse team with a suspect defense, and an above-average goalie. Now, is that a recipe to win a Stanley Cup? That's the question.
We're going to find out.
Is it a recipe?
You know what? My guess is yes. I think they've got just good a shot as anybody else does. Yeah. I don't think Tampa's all that screaming hell that a lot of people seem to think.
No.
I think that anybody can come out of the East. Just about anybody can come out of the East, and I think just about anybody can come out of the West.
Would you like that?
I think it's going to be a great playoff run.
Would you like that? Would you like that?
And I don't have any problem.
Would you concur with the Greek that the chances for the Leafs have never been better?
Yeah.
We agree?
Right. They're
Would-
up there. Yeah,
They're up there.
I mean, let's. I mean,
So hold on. Let me make
okay,
my point here. Hold
all
on.
right, 93, they might have been better.
All right.
All right.
So since '93, if they haven't been up there, let's make our point. We agree. Hold on. Don't
Because-
give me the wave and this and that. I'm talking. So if we agree that they've never had a better opportunity, right? We agree.
Well,
Okay.
I'm saying it.
Hey, you two, take it. Who cares?
Not since
I
1960.
could talk all day. I
Not since-
don't
they've had
care.
other opportunities since
I
67.
got a point to make. So
You're on the clock.
listen, keep it down over there in the peanut gallery, eh? So if that's the case, right?
Okay.
Never had a better opportunity. Would
It's a
you,
great opportunity.
Would you suggest then at this point in time, with the flexibility that was still available, if you've never had a better opportunity, why in the blue hell don't you augment your roster on the cheap with a guy like Simmons? Why don't you go get him? Why don't you go get a back end guy?
Maybe
Why?
maybe they decided Simmons might not be able to keep up with the rest of the forwards.
Ah,
on the
give
team.
me a break,
Maybe
Swiss.
they decided
Sometimes-
that they didn't want to mess with the chemistry of the
Okay.
team. Maybe they decided that they like this team exactly the way it is.
You
Who
said
knows?
You said
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, you said keep up. You said
gonna
keep
find
up.
out.
Sometimes the game is played with 200 feet. Sometimes the game is played within 2 feet on the boards, man. And anytime the game's played within 2 feet of the boards,
if you got Austin Matthews and Kasperi Kapanen breaking out of their zone,
Yeah, that's
and the
fine.
and the other forward on that line can't keep up with them, that's a problem.
yeah, but the game is not won there, Swiss, exclusively. Sometimes the game's won along the boards. Sometimes the game's won in the back end. And until the Leafs address the back
Yeah.
end and the boards and
But
the
you know
toughness,
what? But
they're
I
going to
got-
be
I got-
bridesmaids.
For you,
What-
as
what's
this
your-
game as this game continues to evolve, that team with the high speeded players, the players with all that speed, those are the teams that are going to be
All right,
winning
yeah.
more and more and more.
You're boxing. Hold on, we're not finished. So you're a boxing guy, right? You're a boxing guy, a world champion boxer now. You followed the sweet science your whole life.
Right.
Can you be a champion in boxing with just a right hook and nothing else? Yes or no?
No, but
No, okay.
Sugar Ray Leonard beat
Yeah.
Marvin Hagler with speed and
Which,
speed.
yeah, but
Speed.
That's
Speed.
fine.
Right.
All right. Can you win? Can an NFL team win?
Floyd Mayweather,
Floyd Mayweather.
undefeated. Speed.
Speed defense,
Speed.
but he can throw too. What I'm saying is the Leafs, the number one requirement for the Leafs is their speed in town, but it's got to be augmented.
Thomas Hearns, lots of power.
It's got to be.
Didn't
That's
chip
you're
and lost
making
to
my-
Leonard twice. 'cause
It's got to
of
be.
speed time.
It's got to be augmented. It's like a tennis player.
Right.
Can't be a world championship
Right.
with just a serve. You
Yeah.
can't be an NBA team
Yeah,
of
but you can be a
championship.
world champion with speed.
Yeah, but
There
you
go.
can't be.
I think you made
no,
the
no,
point
no,
for
no,
me.
no.
Thank you, Billy.
You can't be an NBA champion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With 5 shooters. All right, let me give you a last example. And we're gonna get going. Can Klay Thompson, James Harden, Curry, and whoever else, if you put those 5 together, right?
Got
Now,
a pretty good team.
can you win a championship?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Who's gonna rebound the ball?
Maybe.
Who's going to
I
rebound the
might-
ball? Who are you going to pass the ball to? The Leafs are the same way. Until the plumber to painter ratio, and mark my words, I want the Leafs to win as much as the next guy. Until the plumber to painter ratio is balanced, there will be no Stanley Cup in Toronto. Case closed, man. That's
You
the
know what?
bottom line.
Okay. One other thing. My daughter wrote a book called Drawn Dreams. Right?
Okay.
You know about the book Drawn Dreams?
Yeah.
All right. It's
Way to
about
go.
manifesting.
Awesome.
When
Yeah.
you believe, when you draw it, when you believe it, when you see it, then it happens, and that has a lot to do with this. So I think Leaf fans believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Joe the Swiss Tilley.
Billy the Greek here.
All right. This has been the Tilley and Billy Show. We'll see you soon.